Influence and Growth Masters. Again, it's my favorite part of the week, podcast week. Are you tired of the daily grind and ready to break free from your 9 to 5? In this episode, we're going to explore some actionable steps to help you escape that traditional job structure and dive into some alternative careers like freelancing, digital marketing, remote work, and entrepreneurship. You know, you may be saying, Tanya, you've mentioned this the last 2 or 3 times that you've done a podcast. And yes, I have. It's because I'm so passionate about it. I continue to see on social media at least twice a week about people posting how tired they are, how stressed they are. I passed someone in my hallway this morning and I heard her say on the phone, I'm exhausted. I don't know how much more I can keep going. And guys, I have to tell you, there is no reason for that. We have to learn how we can transition to a more fulfilling and flexible career. You can do this. You can do this. It's not that difficult. Yes, I get tired. There's things that give me a migraine. There's things that wear me out. But it's not that day in, day out grind that I used to feel day after day after day after day after day. And in this episode, I'm going to give you some tips to help you refine your career path. And I want you to listen carefully, take notes if you need to. But we're going to talk about this work-life balance that you've been craving. So welcome to today's podcast. We're going to dive into a topic that resonates with so many of you and how you can escape the 9 to 5 grind and find a career path that is so much, or that offers so much more flexibility, fulfillment, and freedom. This episode complements a recent blog that I did. I published my very first blog, and so be looking for it. I'm waiting for the domain, the forwarding domain, to be approved. You're going to see gossageperformanceconsulting.shop any day now, but it has my blog on it. It also has some of my affiliates that I promote on there. It will have all of my free resources and resources that I actually charge for. But in addition to that, it will have my workshops and courses that are free and courses that do have a charge to. So I don't want to go into that today, but I want to talk about the blog that I published that complements, or this podcast complements that blog, where I'm talking about this very thing. But if I would love for you to check it out. And the podcast title today will again complement that. So let's talk about careers like freelancing, remote work, entrepreneurship, and how you can take actionable steps to transition into one of those things. And so let's talk about the downsides to a 9 to 5 job. One of those is the lack of flexibility. I hear complaints about the lack of flexibility. I get it. I was once there too, but I'm seeing that more today than I actually saw it when I was there. I don't know how I could function being out of it today, I honestly don't know how I could function in it today. I caregive for my father, my ill father, and I probably would have to be in a situation to where I would be having to look for an alternative job today because my father is requiring some additional assistance. We, my sisters and I, are helping my mom, who is in a full-time job and does have to take some time off to take my father um, to doctor's appointments. But I tell you, she would not be able to do this if it weren't for my sisters and I, who can have a more flexible job role. And I am coaching and working with some individuals today who are in situations right now who are struggling with this very thing. And the 9 to 5 job does not offer the flexibility that we sometimes need to be able to take care of the things that we need to do today, whether it's our kids, it's our spouse, it's our families. And thankfully, being in the remote work or being in entrepreneurship allows the flexibility for the individuals like me to be able to assist with family to be able to do that. And so this rigid structure can make things very difficult to balance work with personal responsibilities or with the passions that we have. It causes us to burn out, be stressed, and can lead to feeling drained, giving us very little energy for the things that we truly enjoy. I know that the person that I saw in the hallway today, she looked overly exhausted. And I said, and I asked myself, how are people dealing with certain things physically, mentally, spiritually, and mentally? So this constant stress can have long-term effects on our health and our well-being. And I know that because of some of the things that I go through in even just dealing with my father. And what I'm seeing that it's doing on some of my family. So one of the other things in the 9 to 5 is the limited growth opportunities. I know that I had a very successful career, very successful. It took me 34 years, though, to get to where I wanted to be. And in the traditional job, climbing up that corporate ladder, it can be slow. It can be frustrating. Even when promotions happen, they do come. They often come with more stress. I will say they do come with more stress, and they come with more responsibility, oftentimes without much increase and satisfaction in income rewards. There were many of mine where it was a dime increase. It was a quarter increase. But you took those because oftentimes it wasn't about the money. It was about the reward of self-satisfaction. It was about the impact that I was able to give to other people. And in a situation of being where I am today, it's a lot too in similar ways, but you are able to set the time frame and you are able to set the money limits on what you make. And so there are greater returns on the promotional statuses. There are greater returns on the increase in income when you can help control those things. And so if any of this is resonating with you, it might be time that you need to consider if the 9 to 5 life is really serving you and serving your long-term goals and your happiness. And I'm not saying that you need to jump ship. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in today's world, life is short. Life is short. I saw on social media yesterday where a wonderful man took his life. Stress. It's causing me to be emotional. I'm sorry. Stress. Stress is doing a lot of things. There is a lot of things going on in this world, a lot of things that are out of our control, and strain on relationships, strain on so many things. And having freedom is worth so many things. And it may be time to explore alternatives. I am seeing it everywhere, in real estate, in banking, in the medical field, in the travel field, pilots, everywhere the stress is everywhere. And it's even in entrepreneurship. I'm not going to lie. There are people who are struggling, but I want you to know that it can be rewarding. What is so nice is to be able to find your community and network with your people and be able to offer your skill set and find something where people are spending their money. If you have a skill set to where you can solve a problem for the people out there in the world, they will spend their money on you solving that problem. Trust me. They will give you their money if you can solve their problem. So if you can find a project that interests you and it solves a problem for someone else, you can set your own hours, you can work from anywhere, and you can market yourself. There are things out there that allow you the tools to market yourself. You can go into things like writing for other people, designing for other people, recipeing. People are selling their recipes and people are buying them. Come on now. I'm not buying recipes because I don't cook. The people are buying recipes. Guys, come on. If that is your skill set, use your skill set. If it's coding, code. What do you love to do? Find the people who are needing it and use it. If you're a graphic designer, design graphics. Being stuck in corporate is not what you have to do if you are not happy. Don't do what you're not happy doing. Remote work has exploded in popularity, especially after what happened in 2020 with the global pandemic. Companies are more open to remote employees, which means you can work from anywhere. I met someone down at the dumpster this morning, and he and I were talking about, he moved here. He's been here, he said 3 months, and he moved here because he decided he could work from anywhere. He sold his home, moved into an apartment complex because he didn't want to have the responsibilities of mowing a yard, keeping up the landscaping, and just wanted to have an area to where he could go out, walk his dog, not have the responsibilities, and be able to work from here. Guys, people are deciding that it's more about the freedom than it is about anything else. Imagine working for a company that allows you to work from anywhere. Or imagine working for yourself where you can work from anywhere. Just make sure that you're happy. If you're not happy, maybe take on a side hustle before you quit your 9 to 5. Start putting aside income so that when you do leave, you have this cushion that you can live on that takes some pressure off of you, if that is your concern, so that you can set yourself up for success immediately. Develop a business plan. If you don't know how, find somebody that can help you do it. There are all kinds of tools out there on the intranet, or you can even use AI to help you create a business plan. There's mentors, coaches, me. There's other people that can help you set yourself up to get you on target to help you do what you want to do. But building a financial cushion, having a savings to fall back on is essential when you first start out. If you don't want to have the stress of just walking away from corporate and starting from zero. I am now helping people and teaching people how you can start a business with four tools and $126 a month, and then make $500 to $3,000 per client per month. Did you hear me? 4 tools, spending $126 a month, using those 4 tools, getting clients, and charging them anywhere from $500 to $3,000 per client per month. You can do the very same thing, learning that structure or figuring out your own business plan to do something similar. And what is nice about that, two of those technologies that I'm talking about offers training inside of those beyond what I teach to help you scale even further than that. If you can be resourceful, you can grow and scale a business with very minimal efforts. There's another thing that I offer totally outside of that. That's a done-for-you business that allows you to make up to 95% commissions that has nothing to do with this other. So guys, you do not have to be burnt out, stressed out in your 9 to 5 jobs. You just can't sit and be lazy. It takes effort. It takes desire. It takes a want to find what it is that you're passionate about and do something with it. And yes, the things that I'm talking about, you don't have to do what I do. You can take those things and go create your own thing. Just leverage the tools to do what it is that you want to do. There are all kinds of things out there. Just find what makes you happy. Start doing it on the side. set back a little bit of money. And you may be saying, Tanya, how can I set back enough money? I don't even have enough money to start now. Trust me. You can set back $100 a month because I promise you, you are wasting $100 a month on something. You are wasting money somewhere in your budget. And if you can't find it, I'll help you find it or hire somebody else to help you find it. Get a friend or a family member to help you find it because I promise you it's there. How many times are you going to Starbucks for coffee? How many times are you going out to eat? If you could live the life that my friends are living right now, that my circle is living right now, if you could feel that bulldozer that I felt 5 years ago, crawl down your back like I felt it crawl down my back, you would say the same thing I said 1 week later. Why didn't I do this sooner? I promise you, you would. Go to job boards, websites, find what it is that you can do. There are so many tools out there today that you can leverage. LinkedIn, connect with companies, connect with your professionals. Keep an eye out for job postings. Tailor your resume and your portfolio. Give it to other people to help get it out for you. You've always heard the grass is not always greener on the other side. I can promise you that sometimes the grass is greener on the other side. The grass is greener on the other side sometimes. You just have to look for it. And you have to be willing sometimes to go through a mindset change. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of networking to find the right thing. Consider joining Facebook groups, Slack channels, WhatsApp channels, if it's called channels in WhatsApp. I don't know. I'm in WhatsApp. I'm on Slack. And last night I put out a post, who's on Threads? Like I need another social media platform to be on, but I want to be where my audience is. I want to be to where I can help people. I want to help the underachievers. I want to help the people that are stuck. I want to help the people that are burnt out and stressed out and tired of getting up every day doing the same old thing. Because I know where you're at. I know what you've been through. And I know you're tired. And I want to help you get out of that. Because I know the grass is greener on the other side. It just takes a little bit of work. Sometimes it takes a whole lot of work. But what it takes most of is consistency. I got a post not a post. It was a notification from Facebook, and it said, you posted 32% less this week than you did the week before. And so I said, okay, I wasn't as consistent this week. But you know what I did do this week that I didn't do the week before? I cranked out some work this week. I created a blog. I got my shopping site set up. I hired someone to do all the initial setup for me. And then this week I busted my tail to get some other things out there on it. And I set up I attended this workshop and I set up this 30-day trial for something. And I was like, man, this is awesome. And so I went all in on it and I got it set up. And so while I may have posted 32% less, I busted my tail on some other things that are going to drive things to me later. And so I was like, I'm okay with 32% less here to have done what I did. I was proud of that. But I'm like, I did this so I can help these people. And I was proud. But consistency is what it takes. But I can promise you one thing. I am not working nearly as hard as I worked in that corporate career. And you know what? I don't look back one day. I don't regret it one day. I am proud of what got me to where I am today. I'm very proud. And all of that work got me to where I am today. It sure did. But I'm thankful that I can sit here and I can tell you the grass is greener. And I am proud to be where I am. And I can say that I've mentored hundreds, I've mentored thousands, and I've created lots of training sessions and lots of workshops. And I've been on lots of sales calls. And I've taken care of a lot of customers. And because of that, I can be right here on the other side of the screen having this conversation with you and telling you, because I did that, I've earned the position to be here to help you do exactly what I'm telling you to do. Make the decision that if you've put in your time and you're tired and you're stressed and you're burnt out, it's time to consider giving yourself a break and trying something different. Maybe even consider the 4 tools I'm talking about and doing something different. And with that, I kind of got off the topic today of everything that I was going to talk about, but I've basically summed it all up. But I want you to know that you can do anything that you set your mind to do. And if you've not gotten that promotion that you've wanted, you've not gotten that raise that you've wanted, but you're tired of the grind. You're tired of the grind. Let's have a conversation. And I'm so glad that you tuned in today because you needed to hear it. And I'm so that you're considering, if you haven't already, to subscribe to this channel. Go right ahead, click it, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we go live again or that we post another podcast. So for next time, I want you to consider looking up GostagePerformanceConsulting.shop and check us out there as well. And if you've not already, following me on Facebook, Influence and Growth Mastery business page, do that as well. Or even join our group, Influence and Growth Mastery. I love you guys. I sincerely want to see you succeed. I want to see you grow your influence and grow your business and grow personally and professionally. I love you. Goodbye.